Okay, Gina, this is going to be a series of videos I'm going to send you on Annie Cortez's case. First of all, what I want to point out to you is there's going to be a lot of IPR on this case. I will send you a screenshot of this, but you can see that in the premolar area on the upper right side, okay, and again on the upper right 3, upper right 2, and then upper right 1 to upper left 3, there's going to be you're going to have to do some IPR in this case. Also in the lower area from the lower right 2 to the lower left 4, I will send you some information on that. Okay, if we look at the model on this case, I want to show you some nuances in this setup. Okay, so I'll wait for that to come up and I'll pause this. Okay, there it is. All right, here is the first thing that I want to show you. If you look at and blow up this model, you can see the areas in here where you're going to need IPR. If we toggle this, this is how things start, and you can see right in this area, in this area, in this area, and then again over in this area. This is where you're going to need to do some significant IPR. Okay, in the lower, what we're dealing with on this situation, if we look at it, you get a good look at some of the overlap. You can see some of the overlap areas in this lower anterior region, and you can see what we were dealing with in the first place. Okay, now what I want you to understand from the beginning is I'm going to take you through each one of these wires. You see I've got 5 sets of wires. These sequence together, wire 1, wire 2, wire 3. When we get to wire 4 and 5, I'll show you what I'm talking about with that. Okay, so let me take you through wire 1 first. Okay, here is the objective that we want to do. I don't think you're going to be able to put a continuous arch wire in the upper to start the case. So what I want you to do is take that wire and section the upper wire. Okay, so when we look at this, let's look at it from an upper occlusal standpoint. Okay, if we look at this and turn on both sets of wires, all right, and then let's just toggle back and forth. You see this movement here? You're not going to be able to get a continuous arch wire in this in all probability. So what I think we should plan on doing in this case is to go ahead and section the wire right here distal to the right lateral incisor, and that way we'll be able to put in this segment here and attached to this canine. Okay, do your IPR, especially in this area, and then a continuous wire that goes from the 7 all the way to the upper right 2, and we'll bring that forward. That will be an 016 wire. Now, wire 5, okay, right here, is that same wire, but it's got a little bit of buccal movement, so that this movement on this canine is only about 50% to the lingual. And the reason I made that wire is simply if you can't get that wire in, the wire 1 in the upper, then go ahead and use this wire 5 there. You've got you've got 2 copies of wire 1, because wire 4 right here, okay, is also an 016 with all the movements, because I had hoped that after you wear that initial wire for just a short period of time, that we could go ahead and at the second appointment go ahead and put an 016 round continuous wire in. So you make a decision. You're going to section wire 1 in the upper. If you can't get it in, grab wire 5 and do the very same thing. It doesn't have as much movement in that canine. Okay, we can talk about this. Now, wire 2, okay, wire 1 in the lower is going to be also an 016 round. I got a feeling you can skip that, okay? But I've got it for you in case you want to go with an 016 round in the lower. Wire 2 are going to be full movements, upper and lower, but they're going to be 16 by 16 wires, okay? So I feel like you'll probably start the lower with the 16 square, all right? So we see these right here. Wire 3 is going to be a 16 22 in the upper and a 1622 in the lower. Okay, you may be able to put that 1622 in the upper and lower excuse me, in the lower at the first visit. That's a decision you're going to have to make. You may skip the 16 round, go to the 16 square, or go to the 1622. Okay, so wire 4 is another copy of a 16 round, so that could be your second wire in the upper after you've worn the sectional wire. Okay, and a 1725 full movement wire in the lower. Now remember, before each of these placements, I think you're going to have to do significant IPR. So you have to get, I'm sure you don't have a problem with that. But I'm going to send you this video. Contact me after you get it and view it, and we will go ahead and we'll move from there and start discussing other things. I will send you some screenshots of this case and give you instructions on how to come into my computer to view this patient from your office. Bye.